Hey Tara, we need to talk. Where are you?
I'm here, Ariel. What's up? It's my break time.
So what? I don't care. I have something important to tell you right now. You think you're pretty clever, don't you? How you got to live in that big house all by yourself?
What are you talking about? Where did this come from all of a sudden? I don't understand.
I was talking to Peter, and he told me that you're living all alone in your parents' house.
Well, that is true. My parents decided to retire to the countryside. They wanted to get out of the city and take things easy. So, I'm living by myself in the house these days.
See? That's what I'm talking about. It's so wrong. You're still in your 20s. Why 20-year-old girl need to live in a big house like that and all alone? It's a little bit weird, honestly.
What do you mean by that?
Most people are living in little apartments at that age. Especially in the city, a home that size is actually reserved for someone older. A family with kids needs that kind of space, not a single person like you.
Well, if that's the case, why don't you buy a house, Ariel, or build your own? Isn't your daughter going to start the first grade, is she? Why don't you and my brother find a spot and build out the house? Well, it seems like a good idea.
Are you kidding me? Do you know how much it costs to build a house? It would be pricey in the suburbs. But to build one in town would take at least $1 million. And in case you haven't heard, Peter is going to be working overseas for a while. He won't be back for a year, maybe 2. How am I supposed to build a house without him around? There's so much to do and it's really big decision. I couldn't possibly do it without him here.
Yeah, I didn't know he was going to be overseas for a while.
So I've been thinking my daughter and I ought to have the house. It just makes sense if we could move in this week. I know it'll be a little hard for you to find a new place. But if you could get out as soon as possible, that'd be great.
Do what now?
I know it's a house you grew up in. But it doesn't make sense for a single person to be living there alone. It's a bit of a luxury for you. It's a total waste. So, you need to hand over the keys and pack your bags. There aren't that many homes that size left in the city, and they ought to be reserved for families with children.
I don't understand how you can think that. I inherited the house from my parents. That makes no sense. It's my house. Do you even hear yourself? You're asking me to give up my home because I'm single? That doesn't make any sense.
It does, Tara. Besides, I've already decided. I'm your older brother's wife. That means you need to do what I tell you to.
Seriously? You've got to be kidding.
Besides, there's no reason to make a fuss about it. It's also Peter's house, you know. He grew up there too. So it's only natural that his wife and daughter can live there. We have just as much of a right to be there. I'm sure that your parents would be happy to have their son's wife and their granddaughter living there. They would want us to be taken care of, especially while Peter is gone.
Then what am I supposed to do if you kick me out?
Go get an apartment like every other single person in the city. Honestly, you've always lived in your parents' house. It'd be good for you to be out on your own for a bit. It'll give you some practice for real life. You need to learn to stand on your own 2 feet.
I absolutely am able to take care of myself even when my parents still lived here. I was helping out around the house. I cooked, I ran errands, I did plenty of the cleaning and the laundry too. I earned my own salary and take care of myself now. I don't need any practice. I already do everything you say.
I understand, but it just is different being on your own. Living at your parents' house is just easier. It's the little thing. And living on your own instead of with your mom and dad is totally different too. You don't know what it's like to live alone. I mean, not really. I think it's really important for a person to be on their own for a bit to really know who they are. If you never give it a try, how will you know?
Last time, I checked you have never lived alone. I'm pretty sure you lived with your parents right up until you married my brother. And you guys got pregnant immediately after getting married. So correct me if I'm wrong, but you have never lived alone in your entire life.
This isn't about me. Anyways, it doesn't matter starting now. We're going to be living in that house. I need you to hurry up and get your things together and get out. We will be moving in shortly, and I want you gone. Hey Tara. I know you're working. I hate to bother you, but I know this isn't the best way to tell you, but we let ourselves in. We had an extra key to the house.
What? How can you do that?
Well, Peter still got the spare key. We've managed to bring all our things in. So it's official now. We're gonna be living in the house from now on. Thanks a lot.
Wait. Just a minute. Stop talking down to me like you've won something. You selfish little brat.
Hey, watch your mouth with me. I'm not selfish. Peter grew up here too. He and I agree that we should live here. And it's obvious that we deserve it.
What?
It doesn't matter if he agrees with you or not.
That's my house. I don't agree at all. That house is my house now. So you can stop being cute with me. Stop talking to me like you own the place.
You're one to talk. You only live here and you're gonna act like you own the place. How's that different than me living here? It's your parents' house, isn't it? It's only fair that your brother's family got to live in this house the exact same way you've been living in.
No. No way, the house is mine. I'm sorry, but I am asking you to take your things and go. I want you out of my house.
Hate to tell you, but we aren't the ones that are going to be leaving. That's going to be you. In fact, I already tossed all your things out. They're sitting on the curb as we speak. You're gonna want to come get them as soon as you can get away from work.
What? You tossed my things out. What do you mean by that?
I mean exactly what I said. I came and I put all your things in boxes and I threw them all outside. I mean I still kept the furniture. I rather like most of them and we can use them. But your stuff is gone.
You're lying. It's pouring rain out right now. How could you throw my things out in the rain? Are you out of mind? Who in their right mind would do such a thing?
Well, that is too bad, isn't it? All your things are gonna get wet. You're gonna want to find a nice warm spot to dry off once you collect your things.
I can't believe this. Is this really what you're like? Are you really so selfish that you would throw everything I own from my own home and leave it out in the rain like garbage? I've never heard of anything like this. You've got to be the most selfish person I've ever met in my entire life.
Excuse me? I've been telling you to get out for weeks. I gave you plenty of time to pack up and get out. And in the end, you didn't do what I asked. This is all your own fault. We live here now. An apartment is just gonna suit you better? You're young and single, Tara. You'll find something more your style. Something cheap and little.
Okay, I'm leaving work now.
Good. Your things are all on the curb. It looks trashy to have all that stuff piled up in front of the house. And I don't think the garbage truck will be coming by today.
You don't have to try to rub it in. Actually, it doesn't really matter that you threw my things out. You kind of did me a favor. I am not going to be coming back by the house today.
Of course, you won't. It's not your place anymore. It's mine now. You am so pity for you now. You've lost your home and all your belongings.
Okay then. But you should know something. The water service is going to be shut off soon today. And also the electricity too.
What?
I've already spoken with the power company and they ought to be out to cut that off too. It may already be off, but I know it's slated to be cut this afternoon sometime. Since the water and power are both going to be out for a while, you'll probably need to go to a hotel to take a shower. Or you can find somewhere to take a bath. It's up to you.
What? There is no power or water in the whole house?
Yeah, I forgot to mention, the flooring in the kitchen is all pulled up, it's getting replaced. But the new flooring isn't down yet, so it's mostly just the raw boards in there. Be careful.
I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, it's a real mess in there right now. No floors, no power, no water. Good luck with making your meals. You might need to eat a lot of takeout. There are also a few other areas of the house that are under construction right now. If you're wondering what you can do, you probably will want to talk to the construction crew. The contractor can probably tell you the most.
What are you talking about?
Now that I've been kicked out, I really don't know.
Wait. I don't understand what is going on. The utilities are all turned off. The kitchen's completely taken apart. What is going on here? What is up with this house? What have you done?
You're the one who let yourself in, aren't you? You're there now. I think you can see for yourself with your own eyes. The house is being remodeled. Construction is going to start tomorrow. They scheduled to get started pretty early in the morning.
Are you for real? As soon as we got here, I'd started gathering up your things to take them out. I haven't even been in the kitchen, so I hadn't noticed anything at all.
You must have been really focused on tossing my stuff out.
But why is it being remodeled? I hadn't heard anything about that from Rob.
I can do what I like with my own house. I don't need to ask anyone permission or tell anyone what I'm doing. I have told that the house is mine. You can look at the deed and the titles. My name is on all of them.
What? I thought this house was your parents'. Don't they own it?
They did. But when they decided they wanted to move out of the city, they also wanted to sell the house. Because they also knew they wouldn't be coming back. As for me, I love that house so much. That place is my childhood. So, I made a decision to buy that house from my parents.
What? Really? Did you indeed buy that house?
So, I made a decision to buy that house from my parents. How can my parents afford to move to the countryside without selling their old house? And I don't want that place fallen to any else, so that's why I bought it. I've always loved the house. But some details of the house got old. I wanted to make a few changes, modern the place up a bit. I want to DIY some of the smaller projects. It sounded fun to me, and it's a pretty good way to save a little money too. But some of it is just way too hard for me to do by myself. Besides, I'd rather have a professional take care of the more complicated stuff. I want to make sure it gets done right. But I wasn't expecting to get kicked out of my own home in the middle of construction. It's a real mess at this point.
You said the construction was slated for tomorrow. So you mean the house is still unfinished? I haven't had a good chance to look around yet.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious. You can look in the kitchen for yourself and try to turn on the water in the bathrooms. Until the remodel is finished, there won't be any power or water or gas. The kitchen floors are still pulled up too. I don't think any of the cabinets have doors on them either.
Can't believe that. You've ruined it. What a dump could live like that? It's uninhabitable.
Well, if you want a house with no power, no water, no gas, here it is. Go right ahead and see how you like it. You're welcome to stay in my house. I really didn't want you to live there, but I'm willing to let you stay rent-free. I guess I'm just feeling generous today.
It doesn't matter if there's no rent. It's impossible to live here. Why don't you go find your own perfect house? You go get one of those. If not, can you have them hurry up and finish it so we can move in properly?
I most certainly will not. I was happily remodeling it for myself. If you want construction to continue while you're there, you can do it yourselves. And of course you can pay for it yourselves too.
How dare you to speak to me in that way? I am your brother's wife.
I don't see you that way at all. In my opinion, you're just a money-grabbing stingy old woman. I've been working hard on DIY projects every day after work. I've been working hard to make my dream home. But all of that was robbed in the end. Do you think that I can let you do whatever you want? You are not deserved to live in that house.
But I really need a house to live. My family need it.
I don't care. But well, you can live there if you want.
Hold on. If the house is being remodeled, where you are living now, don't tell me that you can live in that condition?
No, Ariel. Of course, I don't sleep in the house. I've rented a room in a hotel near the house so that I can keep an eye on the construction.
You really can afford to live in the hotel for such a long time? You really surprised me.
Well, don't be so surprised. Now, I think I don't have anything to talk to you. We're done. You can live there. I don't have any problem of that.
Wait, Tara.
Bye. Right after that, Ariel moved away out of my house and returned to her old house on the outskirts. I must change to lock in the door just in case she'll want to move in after the construction is done. That's a big lesson for her. There is no way that I'm down for her unreasonable offer in the place. There is no way that I'm down for her
Hey, Mom. Where's everybody? I just got home from work, but no one is home.
Why did you leave so early today?
I feel very good today, so I get everything done quickly and on time.
Oh, I get it.
I will make dinner. Is there something you want me to do?
No, we won't have dinner at home.
Are you eating at a restaurant?
No, we are traveling to Europe.
What?
Your dad, your sister, and I, we're going to have a family trip, just the three of us.
A family trip without me?
Your dad suddenly gets 2 months of paid leave. We also made some extra money from our investments, so we decided to go to Europe together. We just got on the plane.
What about me?
Why do you think you can come with us?
Huh?
You get sick very often. You will ruin our trip if we take you with us.
But I want to go to Europe.
Don't be selfish. At least let us enjoy this trip without you.
I'm sorry.
It's fine as long as you get it. Keep us safe at home.
I will.
And never contact us until we return from this trip.
What? Why? What if it's an emergency? It is possible to contact you if it is an emergency, right?
Why are you in a situation where you have to contact us? Just don't get yourself in trouble. If something really happens to you, someone else will contact us instead of you. I just don't want you to spoil our trip by making us remember your miserable face. Therefore, you should not contact us at any time until we get back.
Okay.
We have to get on the plane now. See you in 2 months. Keep the house clean and safe. And don't spend your money on useless things.
I know.
Hi, Fiona. My parents said that they saw your parents and sister at the airport yesterday. Why don't you stay with them?
Oh, hello, Otis. They traveled to Europe without me. Looks like they'll be away for 2 months.
What the hell? Why did they go on such a long trip without you?
You know how often I get sick. They said I would ruin their trip if I went with them and got sick during the trip.
That's a bad statement.
It's good now. Anyway, I have a job. I can't take 2 months off work to go with them.
But I still worry that you have to be home alone. What if something happened to you? Who will be there to help?
You are so sweet to care about someone like me. What have I done to deserve you? Thank you for always being with me. I love you.
I told you to stop talking about yourself like that. It's normal to be nice to the person you love.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. It has become a habit to think of myself that way. But I will try to change for you.
Well, I guess it's inevitable that you've been around such a toxic family for over 20 years. I can understand why it's hard for you to change right away. But make small changes so you stop treating yourself badly.
Thank. You are so attentive.
Oh, you should see a doctor.
What?
Isn't now a good time to do it while your family is away?
But my mother told me not to spend money on useless things.
Your health check is not in vain. I will find you a good doctor. This is what I want most for my future wife.
Your future wife?
I was going to propose to you directly. But I can't wait any longer to let you know that I want you to be with me for the rest of my life. And I want you to be healthy so we can be together as long as possible. Don't you want to marry me? Is it because of what I do for a living?
No. Not so. That's not what I mean. It's just that my mind goes blank for a moment. I want to get married with you.
I think you'll break up with me for a second there. I won't make you regret marrying me.
Hi, Fiona. You forgot to clean the house.
Yes, Mom? Oh, that's right. It's been 2 months.
Stop acting like a fool! I don't know where you are wandering now, but come back now and clean the house. I didn't think I would return from such a pleasant trip to a dirty house covered in dust.
Mom, I don't live there anymore. I have left.
What do you mean?
I'm not going back to that house again, so you'll have to clean it up yourself.
What do you mean you don't come back? Do you think you can continue to live alone because you get sick often?
Yes, about that. I went to the doctor and checked myself.
What? I told you not to spend money on such useless things. You should save money for something more important.
Please, listen to me. Apparently, the reason I get sick so often is my allergy to house dust.
Allergic to dust?
Now that I think about it, I don't feel bad staying in my room because I can keep it clean and tidy. But my symptoms got worse when I had to clean your room.
You mean because we live in filth, that's why you get sick? Be careful with your words when you talk to me.
But it is true. You keep your room covered with dust all the time until it's covered, and then you make me clean up for you. You could let me in the room more often to clean it up before the dust builds up, but for some reason you don't want me in the room too often. But this explains why I feel nauseous every time I walk into your room, but I'll be fine after a while.
Stop wasting my time. I don't care why you are so sensitive to dust. Wear a mask or whatever you have to do to prevent that and go back to the house to clean up.
I told you I'm not going home.
What?
My boyfriend proposed to me.
Do you have a boyfriend?
I'm about to get married.
Are you serious?
He always took good care of me and even took me to the doctor to find out why I was often sick. He is a wonderful person.
So you left to live with this guy? Why did you make such an important decision without asking us first?
Well, you told me not to contact you until you returned from the trip. That's why I'm telling you now.
Don't make excuses with me. We won't be able to let you get married before your sister. We will never forgive you if you get married before her.
Does she already have a fiancé?
We can't let any old man get close to her without scrutinizing her. She is our daughter. We have to be careful with who we let her be with. She can't marry someone who has no money and doesn't treat her well. We are still looking for a nice rich gentleman for her to marry.
Then when will I get married?
You don't have to get married. Either way, the man you're with probably isn't that great. After all, which man would choose to marry you?
Don't talk about him like that. He treated me so well, made me realize how badly you all treated me. You have no right to say anything like that about him.
Pay attention to your tone, Fiona.
I will get married regardless of what you say.
Fiona! Don't be so selfish. We won't let you get married. Hi, Fiona. I found out where you had your wedding.
Huh? What?
Right now I'm in the dressing room.
But I didn't invite you.
I joined using the invitation you sent your aunt.
An invitation from Aunt Kira? What are you talking about?
You should have stayed home like a sick person. I won't let you go through this wedding, even if I have to destroy it with my own hands.
Mom, what are you going to do?
Now it's all over for you. You won't have a dress to wear. I cut it into pieces. Now you will have to cancel the entire wedding ceremony.
What? My wedding dress? But
There is no way you can get married now. You cannot have a wedding without a wedding dress.
I wore the dress.
What?
I mean, our wedding just ended. And I'm about to take the dress off.
What?
Where are you? Are you still in this wedding hall?
Yes, of course. I arrived at the wedding hall on Madison Street exactly as it was on the invitation.
But my wedding was in Greece.
Are you in Greece?
I just invited his family and friends. I did not invite any of my relatives.
So whose dress is this?
Could it be that you are at one of Aunt Kira's friends' weddings?
What? Oh no.
Aunt Kira told me that her friend's son is getting married.
I accepted this invitation from her.
Yes. Didn't you check the name on the invitation?
Oh no.
So that wedding dress was torn to pieces by you. I wonder how much it costs.
It's all your fault. Kira's friends are making me pay not only for the wedding dress, but for the wedding itself. She canceled the wedding after learning what I did to her dress. Now she is making me pay for the wedding she canceled. How can I pay $40,000? It's your fault for having a wedding on the same day and confusing me with another wedding. And it's your fault for not listening to me about not getting married before your sister. It's all your fault. So you should pay this $40,000.
Stop talking to her like that.
What?
You are talking to my wife there. You can't treat her like that.
Who is this?
My name is Otis. Fiona and I just got married.
Is that Otis?
Oh, so you've heard of my name?
Why did the son of a gang boss marry my daughter?
We went to the same high school and I fell in love with her as soon as I saw her. Do not worry. I will not follow in my father's footsteps. I'm just an ordinary person working in a construction company.
But your dad is still.
Hey, let me talk a little bit.
I'm sorry.
If you wanted to talk about my father so much, would you like to meet him in person?
No. I don't want to.
I'm here to ask you a favor. Fiona doesn't want to see you again.
Okay. Do whatever you want.
Okay, good. I'm glad you understood so quickly. You are not as stupid as I thought. Never go near Fiona, hear me?
Yes, of course.
And another thing.
What is it?
About Fiona's sister, Hebe.
How about her?
We'll take her with us.
What?
She's already here with us.
Why is she there?
I want to be with Fiona. Our parents just treat us like dolls that they can do anything with. The only person who ever treated me like a real human being was Fiona. I don't want to go to Europe without her, but her parents keep refusing to take her with me. Please, let me stay with Fiona. That's what Hebe told us.
Did she say so?
It's disgusting that two people are trying to get her to marry a 40-year-old man just because he's rich. She's just 19 years old.
How did you find that out?
Oh, don't underestimate me. I may not be in my father's business, but I have my way to access any information I need. Hebe is beautiful and multi-talented. She's exactly the type of person the 40-year-old pig wants to marry. He wants your daughter so much that he will do anything.
Yes, he told us that too.
He even stalks her.
It's just because he loves Hebe too much.
But she was afraid of him and ran to us for help. We can't let her go back to you crazy people.
No. Wait. Please return Hebe to us. What would we do without her?
That pig will pay you if you convince Hebe to marry him, right? You just wanted to use her for money.
What?
So your plan is to get him to pay the $40,000 you owe for the wedding you destroyed. By making Hebe marry someone she doesn't want. You tell Fiona that your husband gets 2 months of paid leave. But the truth is that he quit because you thought that pig would give you enough money to live a lifetime. Bastards! You are worse than a pig lusting after your daughter.
No! We only...
Promise me you'll never go near Hebe either.
I will!
I'm glad this is going easy. I think it will be much harder to make you understand. I'm glad I don't have to convince you.
Yes, sir. Are we done talking?
Correct. I have nothing more to say to you. Don't worry about your daughter. I will take good care of them. Have fun figuring out how to pay for the wedding you ruined. My parents have stopped communicating with me and my sister. But I love my sister more than ever, and we're really close. My toxic parents lost 2 daughters at once, and the pig that wanted to have a sister was furious because they didn't keep their promise. He was so angry that he asked them to return the security deposit he had paid them when my parents agreed to force Hebe to marry him. That's the money they used for their trip to Europe, and they have nothing left to give back. So, they have to borrow money to pay him. They will now be in debt for years to come. They sold their house, but it was in such bad condition that it didn't sell for much. Now my sister and I can live freely without worrying about our toxic parents reappearing in our lives. I'm really grateful for what Otis has done for us. Hey Selena! Thanks for what you did for me. I really appreciate this. I'll probably ask you to do the same for me next year as well.
Edna, please stop. I never said it was okay, in the first place. It's also not fair to your child. I'm sure they don't want to spend their summer vacation at a relative's house. I'm sure they want to spend time with their parents, don't you think?
How do you know? Aren't you just guessing? You have never even raised a child before. How does someone like you know how they feel?
It's true that I never had children of my own, but both Boo and Joy seem to miss you. I tried to take them to as many places as possible so they could have a good summer. However, they look really uncomfortable in the second half of summer vacation.
They will be perfectly fine. We'll be spending the next 11 months living together, so I don't think they'll be upset for long. It's better for them to remember me anyway. That way, they will even obey me better. Anyway, I won't leave them with you for that long.
You abandoned them at my place for a whole month. I think it's a very long time, especially for children.
Abandoned? You make it sound much worse. My husband and I want to have some alone time to enjoy our summer vacation together. All I do is ask you to take care of them while we are away.
I may be your sister-in-law, but this just takes things too far. I'm not even saying we'll take care of them for you. You are forcing us.
Don't you like them? You think they are just a burden, right? I can't believe you think so badly of them. They will be very sad to hear this.
I never said anything like that. Stop twisting my words. I just want you to think of us before forcing them to stay with us. I and my husband can't plan ourselves because of what you do to us. Boo and Joy are also really annoying to have to stay with us every year.
I don't care if they are sad or not. I always explain to them why they stay with you. It's not like I'm abusing them or getting mad at them. Can you stop making it seem like I did something evil?
That's not what I'm trying to do. It's just that we can't take care of them for a month out of every year. It's not fair to any of us.
Then why don't you tell the two of them directly when they come to stay with you next year? You can tell them to go and find another place to stay because you don't want them to come.
Why don't you understand what I'm saying? I did not mean that. Both are so sweet and I love them so much.
Don't try to make excuses. You're just trying to say they're a burden in a good way. I feel so sorry for both of you to have to spend a month living with a cruel woman like you.
That's enough. I don't want to talk to you anymore. I think you will at least thank me for taking care of them, but it seems you are not capable of doing that. It felt like I was talking to a wall. You don't understand anything I tell you.
You are the one who makes things difficult. I hope you try to fix your personality in the way you talk to people next year.
Hello, Selena. I am so sorry for all the trouble she has caused you over the years.
It's really fine. It's not something you should apologize for, anyway.
We think you take care of Boo and Joy every year because you want to. We are very sorry.
Never mind. There's no way for you to know. Edna lied to you and said I can't have children, right? It's easy to see why you would think I'd want to take care of them for a whole month.
I was really shocked when I realized it was all a lie. I couldn't believe what she did. We'll take care of them this summer anyway, so you should plan your summer. Haven't had a free summer in a long time, right? Now that you're divorced from Andrew, I guess you can spend the summer doing whatever you want.
I'm sorry for causing so much trouble for you and your family. You are always with me and are very good to me. Thanks so much for that.
No problem. You really did nothing wrong. Andrew and Edna are your troublemakers. We should be the ones apologizing to you. They try to force you to do all sorts of things just because you are a housewife.
I am truly grateful for what you have done for me. If you don't force them to sign the divorce papers, I don't think I can get rid of him.
Stop thanking me for what I did. That's the thing to do. You are the one who has been through all the pain and suffering. I hope that you can live freely and enjoy your life from now on.
I will try my best to live a happy life from now on. Even so, I really enjoy spending time with Boo and Joy. Both are very cute and funny. I'm sad to think that I won't be able to see them again.
If that's the case, then you should visit us in the summer. I'm sure they'd love to see you, and I'd love to see you too.
I think I would really like that. I wanted to visit you last summer, but I didn't have time.
It's okay, you don't have to worry about it. I know that you have been busy taking care of them.
I'm a little curious what Mike thinks about her making me babysit their kids over the summer. I think he is a very caring and good father.
Yeah, I'm also a little curious. Maybe he was just as fooled by Edna as I was. I will explain everything to him when I have a chance to talk to him. Either way, you don't need to worry about anything anymore. Leave everything to me.
Okay, thank you very much. Please let me know if you need my help. I will come see you in August.
Great. We will all look forward to seeing you.
Hey Selena. How are you? I need to ask you a favor. I want you to take care of my kids from today.
Wait, what? Are you serious? There's no way I can do it, it's too sudden.
It is an emergency. I left them both outside your apartment. Can you let them in?
What did you just say? Are you crazy? How can you do that with your child? Where are you going so suddenly? Can't you take them with you?
No, unfortunately I can't bring them with me. I will go on a tour from today. We were going to go a little later, but today's flights are too cheap. And make sure you don't tell anyone about this, okay? Not even Mike.
Wait, what? Aren't you traveling with him?
That's right. It's just that he's been in a bad mood lately. I really don't want you to talk to him about this, okay? You better listen to what I say.
Find someone else to take care of them. I'm not at home right now and I won't be for a while. You should ask me first if you really need me to take care of them for you.
Why are you so difficult? I ask you because you have taken care of them many times before. I will ask you to do the same again in the summer. I need you to take care of them for a month as usual. You are a housewife and have no children. You must have plenty of free time. Also, you're my stepsister, so you'll be happy to help a family member.
Actually, I'm not your stepsister anymore because I'm divorced from your brother.
Wait, what? Are you guys divorced?
Well, the reason I'm not at home right now is because I've filed all of our divorce papers. The divorce is now official, so we are just strangers to each other. You can't ask me for help anymore. We are no longer family. Also, I really don't want to keep in touch with you anymore, so please don't text me as often.
Are you serious? Are you guys divorced? That was annoying.
Those things are not important right now. Do you realize what's going on? You need to pick up your kids before anything happens to them. It's dark outside and you just leave them there, right? They must be very scared.
I can't go get them anymore. Now it's too late to go back. I'm sorry, but could you go pick them up instead? I don't know who to ask.
I told you I have other things to do, so I won't be home for a while. I still have a few hours to go before I can go home. You're probably still nearby, so go back and seal them. They must be very scared and worried. You need to cancel your stay.
It is not possible. I will definitely travel on this vacation. I think they'll be fine anyway if they're left there for a few hours. You can leave them in the house when you return home.
Are you serious? I thought you were their mother. Just that. I've had enough. I'll contact Mike and tell him to pick them up.
What did you just say? You cannot do it. You won't dare.
Why are you suddenly panicking? I know that he really cares about them and will go pick them up right away. I am calling him now.
Stop! Don't call him. I'll go pick them up right away. I will do what you say, so please don't tell him anything about this.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am sure. I'm back and I'm going to pick them up.
Why are you acting so weird? Isn't he the one driving the car you're in at the moment? Does he know about what's going on?
Of course he knows, so don't worry. It's just that he resorted to violence when he was in a bad mood.
What? I don't think he's that kind of person.
I panicked because I was afraid he would hit me again. I'm sorry I panicked and said some weird things. I will go pick up my children as soon as possible.
I really don't know about that at all. I'm sorry you had to go through that kind of trauma.
It's okay because I'm used to it. To tell you the truth, I really wanted to take Boo and Joy with us on our summer vacation. The only reason I left them was because he wanted to travel without them.
I see, I didn't know about that. I'll let you pick up Boo and Joy, okay? Go and pick them up as soon as you can.
I'm on my way. Hey, it's an emergency. I cannot find them anywhere. They have disappeared from where I left them. What do you think I should do? Do I need to notify the police that they are missing?
It's okay, you don't need to worry about them. They're with Mike right now. He came to pick them up.
What did you just say?
I called him just in case, and to my surprise he picked up the phone right away. I thought he wouldn't answer because he was driving. I told him about the whole situation and he was really shocked about it all. He told me that he would immediately go to pick them up. I was so confused because I thought he was with you.
Did you tell me you know what happened?
No, I really don't know. I called Mike as soon as you told me you left them outside my apartment. He was about to get on a train to another city for work. I got in touch with him right before it was too late. He immediately canceled the schedule and went to pick them up.
So you're telling me you know he went to pick up the kids already? Why are you still making me come back if they weren't there when I got there? You have wasted a lot of my precious time.
I just did it so he could check who you're traveling with. I'm sure it's another man, right?
Wait, what? Are you serious? Is he waiting for me around here?
He told me he was going to take some pictures as proof. He said he wanted to hit you in the face, but that would put him at a disadvantage in a lawsuit.
Where is he? Are you sure he's here?
It's too late for you. He told me he had taken the pictures. The text messages you sent me are also very good proof.
Did you trap me? I cannot believe it. How long did it take you to plan all of this?
We are not planning anything. How do we know you're going to drop the kids in front of my apartment? All of this happened because of what you did. You should be angry with yourself.
I will not forgive you for this. You better prepare for my revenge.
I didn't do anything wrong, so I won't care about you. Either way, I'm glad we got some solid evidence of you cheating and mistreating your child. You should also stop lying about everything.
I did nothing wrong, nor did I lie. What are you talking about?
I know that you told your mother I couldn't have children even though I loved them. You lied to Mike too, didn't you?
How do you know that?
Yes, I know. I really enjoyed taking care of Boo and Joy because they are both so sweet. What I don't like is the story you make up about me. You act like I'm begging you to let them come to my place for the summer. Mike told me he was going to complain to me about it this summer. He was about to tell me that he wanted to spend the summer with his kids and he wanted me to stop demanding to bring them over.
Okay, I'm sorry I lied to them about that. I'm tired of taking care of the kids all the time, so I want to have some time to myself during the summer vacation. That's the only reason I have to lie.
Sorry, I at this point won't change anything. Maybe you should apologize to your husband before apologizing to me. You cheated on him.
I didn't lie to him. I ran into an old friend by chance.
Stop those lies. You were planning to spend the night with a man as soon as you found out your husband was going on a business trip. The only thing stopping you are the kids, so that's why you abandoned them. You are really a bad person. I feel sorry for the rest of your family.
Shut up. Did you just call me a bad person? You better be careful with your mouth. I feel stressed at home and need some time to relax.
I'm not saying you shouldn't rest and relax. I am telling you that it is not okay to abandon your children and cheat on your husband.
I think you're right about that. I admit that maybe what I did today was a bit wrong. People make mistakes all the time, so I think I deserve to be forgiven.
You are acting as if you are the victim.
I'm sorry for what I did to you, and I guarantee it will never happen again. Can you please forgive me?
I won't do that. I know you want me to talk to Mike so he can forgive you. I'm no longer part of your family, so I won't meddle in private matters. You need to talk to him directly and work this out together.
I beg you to talk to him. I know that he will not forgive me if I ask him to forgive me. I know I messed up. Please help me.
I'm sorry, but I can't believe any of the words you say. If you really feel remorse for what you've done, then I suggest you start by trying to improve your trashy personality. After everything happened, Mike asked for a divorce from Edna the next day. She also lost custody of Boo and Joy. He asked her to pay child support and tuition for both children. She has no savings and has to borrow money to pay Mike what she owes him. She tried to get help from the guy she had an affair with, but he ran away as soon as she got divorced. She has no place to live and her whole family cuts ties with her. Soon after that I moved out of the city and I don't know where she is now. Boo and Joy were adopted by Edna's mother. After a while, Mike moved in with them and they currently live together. I visit their house from time to time and they are all living a happy life together. The two children have grown so much every time I visit them. It's nice to see them actually smiling from the bottom of their hearts.